Hello everyone. Today we will read another wonderful story from this Snowy Stories collection. This one is called Walrus Goes Skating. Captain Walrus spent every day on his boat. He loved sailing the icy seas, but sometimes he missed his friends back on dry land. One day, Seagull dropped a letter onto the deck. "It's an invitation to a picnic," read Walrus. "I'd better pull up the anchor. Heave-ho," he called. But the anchor didn't move. Walrus pulled as hard as he could, but still nothing happened. So Walrus peered through the water. "Oh no, the anchor's stuck in the ice. I can't sail anywhere." Walrus looked into the distance. The ice stretched in front of him for miles, and he knew there was only one way to make it back to land. He'd have to skate. With fumbling flippers, Walrus strapped on a pair of old skates. First, he stood up very slowly and tried to steady himself on the ice. Then, his knees started to knock together and he began to wibble and wobble. "Whoa!" cried Walrus, and he landed on the ground with a bump. "I never was any good at skating," said Walrus. "I'll have to find another way back to meet my friends." Suddenly, he heard a loud creak, and then came an even louder crack. "Uh-oh," said Walrus, watching the ice break beneath him. "If I can't skate, I'll have to swim." He looked down through the ice hole at the deep, dark water below. Then he held his breath and closed his eyes, but the second his flipper touched the icy water, Walrus jumped back. "I can't swim all that way," he cried. "Now I'll never get there in time for the picnic." Walrus was about to give up and go back to his boat when he felt a splash of icy water. Then two heads popped up through the ice. "Don't go," called Orca and Narwhal, who had heard the bump and the creak and the crack. "You just need some help from your friends," said Narwhal. He reached out his flippers, and Orca did the same. Walrus grabbed on, and little by little he lowered himself into the water between them. At first, Walrus coughed and spluttered in the cold water, but he was soon splashing around happily. "I did it!" cried Walrus. The three friends disappeared under the water together and were soon gliding beneath the ice. Walrus waved to all the tiny fish and twirled through the swishing kelp. Before he knew it, they were at the surface again. "You're just in time," called his friends. "Well done, Walrus."